Hey everyone, this is the Vinyl Casket, the home of the lamest taste. I'm Nick, and this is my weekly comic book review. Come at you once a week, every week, with everything that I pick up for the week. We got a big week. We're going to start off with something a little different, though. Is one of my pickups. This came in the mail finally. This is the, what is the album called? I haven't freaking completely forgot it. But this is Gucci Highwater's latest full length. I'm pretty sure. I don't think anything else has been full length. Signed by him. It came with 2 slip covers. It is. I should have just taken a picture of that, but I didn't. Oh, it's Joy. That's what it's called. So the colorway here is sick. Eventually, this will end up on. Sick. Eventually, this will end up on my Instagram at Vinyl Casket. If you're interested in the comics I'm going to talk about, that's all posted at Vinyl Casket Comics. And if you want to check out any of these videos later on, you can check them out on my YouTube at The Vinyl Casket. I haven't been very active reposting stuff on Twitter, but eventually I will do that too. So you can always go check that out. I always repost some cool stuff. Not sure where I want to put this. We'll put it right here for now. Okay. Big pile. Let's start off. We're ready. We're going to start off with the indies. We got Dark Horse with issue 3 of Masters of the Universe, Relevation. So this is a prequel series to the same name Netflix original TV show. This is really cool. This issue is basically a very weird, different, new interpretation of Evelyn's backstory. Last issue was a new interpretation of Skeletor's backstory. I completely forgot that there was already a pre-established one of him as is it Keldor? Where he's like a human that becomes Skeletor. But in the last issue, in issue 2, basically they make it that Skeletor is from a planet of people that look like Skeletor. I completely forgot about that when I did my review. But this is a whole new thing about Evelyn and how she was mistreated and the abuse and the slave trade that she was like bought and sold through, and how she had magic and learned it and killed her teacher and joined the Horde and then helped Skeletor, fight Hordak. And really, really interesting. Really interesting. And then somehow Teela ties into her backstory somehow. Really interesting. I'm going to give this a solid 7.5. Okay. The only other indie I have this week is Image Comics issue 2 of Scotty Young's The Me You Love in the Dark. And when I tell you this is the best book series that you will read all year, I swear to God, there are only 2 issues in, and this is phenomenal. Artwork is incredible. There's pages where literally there's no need for words because the artwork speaks so much. I'm not going to say much about it. I don't want to spoil it. I think this is a definite pickup for anyone who likes art, that's interested in TV and movies, because this will definitely make it to, I don't know, Hulu or something. This is going to make it Amazon maybe. I know Amazon has been doing a lot image stuff. But yeah, this is easy 10 out of 10. Basically the pick of the week. There's a couple things in here that give a competition, but that's basically pick of the week. We start off with Marvel with X-Force, issue 23. I'm on the verge of dropping this. I'm so sorry. I know a lot of people are like, oh, X-Force is one of the good titles out of all the X-Men stuff that Hickman created, and, post-Hickman, taking a leave of absence from it. I don't know. He's still in charge, but I don't think he's writing anything for any of the X books. This is stupid. I think this is awful. I've thought this whole... Alright, so when this started, there was like 8 or 9 ongoing like storylines just thrown out there. Then the event X of Swords came, completely paused everything for tons of issues, 2 issues per series, and there was tons of series. That was annoying. Then, they were picking and choosing what storylines to continue with, and then they do the gala that delayed everything. And now they're trying to do the things that they started over a year ago. 2 years ago almost. With the nesting dolls. And the Russians, and this guy that I think is related to Colossus and Magic. I don't know. I hate Beast. I hate Beast in this X series and any of the X series. I think Beast has been turned into a terrible character. I think they're doing it on purpose. I think that's awful. This is an easy skip. Artwork is good, but besides that, the story's like okay. I give it maybe a 5, 4.5, 5. I'm really close to dropping it. The next cover is a really cool one of Colossus, so I'm gonna get it basically just for the cover. But this is the last book I read and was not interested at all in it. I'm literally on the verge of, I think I'm skipping the next issue of Wolverine because I don't care about the Solomon stuff, and then I'm going back to it for the CIA stuff. Sorry if I drink a lot of water. I'm kind of, like really congested. But with that, we move on to issue 73 of Amazing Spider-Man. This is basically starting to tie up the ends of Sinister War after the series is over. Awesome cover here. I think it's awesome. Lot of stuff in this issue that I'm super confused about, right? So, I stopped reading Spider-Man. I stopped reading most Marvel comics in like 2012, 2011. Then I, was picking up sporadically, Scarlet Spider with Kane Parker, certain issues of Flash, certain issues of Green Lantern, some stuff with Superior Spider-Man, Agent Venom, those kind of series. I have no idea a lot of the stuff that this book is referencing. I thought it was awesome. I thought this is the best book since Sinister War started. I thought it was really cool. I thought it was really fun. I thought the artwork was great. I love that reveal. I know it says spoilers, but I'm not going to reveal it because I still don't fully grasp the whole concept. But I think it's crazy cool. This is an easy 9. Spencer really, I know he's going to mess it up because this isn't a full conclusion. He's terrible at conclusions. This could have been easily made the conclusion. Last Marvel book is Toxin for Extreme Carnage with that Scotty Young cover. If you don't know, I've been collecting all the Scotty Young Extreme Carnage covers. So now, Alpha, Scream, Phage, Lasher, Riot, and now Toxin. Super, super excited with this whole series, this whole event. The fact that they let Scotty Young do covers for literally every single book. We still have Agony and the Omega, right? That's what's left is Agony and Omega. I can't wait to have this whole set of Scotty Young variant covers for this entire event. I thought it was a really cool thing. He's also been doing some other Spider-Man stuff with Dark Ages and with he just released, I think it's issue, this is 73, 74, 75 of Amazing Spider-Man, has a Ben Reilly new Scarlet suit. Excuse me. Where, oh, didn't even see this. Yeah, I've never read the Max. I'm sorry I didn't see a comment before. I have the thing right in front of me. I didn't even see it. No, I have never read the Max. I've seen the Max versus Batman series, but never gotten into it. Pretty sure that's Image, I think, or Dark Horse. But yeah, I love it. I love Toxin. I love Toxin's new host. I love the Guardsman stuff. I love the fight between Toxin and Carnage inside the Void. I love how he's teaming up with the Antis, with Screamin' and Agent Anti-Venom. Thank you for understanding. I really do enjoy this book. I think this is probably one of my favorites. Most of these so far have been about the Life Foundation symbiotes. Toxin not being one of them. Toxin being a direct pull-off from Carnage, but has bonded with a lot of hosts. Finally, I really like this new host. I love this cover, and I'm really excited to see where they go with the rest of this event. Okay, so getting into DC, we jam-packed. All of this is DC. Jam-packed week. So they did what I didn't think they were going to do with Suicide Squad and with Green Lantern. And they released both the next continuous issues and the annuals in the same week. So I didn't think that was going to happen. We'll start off with Green Lanterns, right? We got Green Lantern Annual, 2021 Annual, with that David Nakayama cover, DNA, awesome cover, phenomenal artwork here. Love his covers. I have some of his exclusives. And then we have issue 6, right? Okay, this is basically an entire background story on how Jessica Cruz got the Yellow Lantern ring, continuing. Yeah, art is incredible. He's a great artist. I have some of his exclusives in my bins I can't get out right now, but incredible. How she got the Yellow Lantern ring, the continuation of those couple pages that were in the last Flash issue, which was so strange about this, and leading into issue, what is this? This is 6. What happened in issue 5 of Green Lantern and how she got there. This issue, though, was a direct. Oh, I didn't even say. This is a easy 9.5. Maybe just a 9 out of 10. And I'll do the ratings for these two after I'm done. Issue 6 of Green Lantern takes place before issue 5. Is the complete build-up now. Both these issues set up the build-up. You also get to see Hal Jordan in person, not a hologram, for the first time in this series. And you get to see the build-up into issue 5, right? Everything that leads into issue 5, all the stuff that's teased but they don't explain. Far Sector talking to Sinestro, all that stuff. And then them leaving the planet after the events of issue 5. Annual, I'm going to give a solid 8.5 out of 10. Issue 6, I'm going to give an 8 out of 10. Okay. Now we're into the Suicide Squad issues, right? We have the Annual, 2021 Annual. By the way, all these variants you're seeing are all cardstock covers. This is the cover A, but with the Green Lanterns, those are both cardstock covers. So this is the cardstock cover for the Annual that got. Yeah, so the Green Lantern series right now is covering almost everybody. The main power battery got destroyed, and nobody has their powers except for the Green Lantern from Far Sector and Hal Jordan. Those are the only people whose rings are working, and Teen Lantern from Young Justice. So they're trying to figure out what's going on, whatever, and a lot of the Lanterns are fighting without their powers. So Hal Jordan has powers, but we don't know what happened with Kyle. We don't know what happened with Guy. Simon is in a giant mechanical suit. Jessica Cruz got a Yellow Lantern ring, and John Stewart, who is basically the leader of the Green Lanterns, the entire Green Lantern Corps. He's the leader, right? He's out in some weird sector beyond this barrier, trying to save Kilowog. So that's what's really going on with the Green Lanterns. This issue got pushed back so many times. I'm so happy to finally know what's going on, because in the last issue we finally see in issue 7 and issue 6, Superboy, classic Superboy in the Death of Superman costume. Superboy from the last Young Justice series shows up and confronts 2000s 90s black shirt Superboy on the Suicide Squad, and they have this conversation. The events transpire, and here we find out who Superboy Suicide Squad really is. I didn't think they were going to do it like that. I thought they were going to use the whole multiverse rebuilding thing. No, they go way out of the box, give you a weird reference to an obscure character. Why did the light just go? Like a super obscure character that I never thought would get referenced ever. Match. It's Match being injected with some serum that makes him have the memories of Superboy. So strange. But now the Superboy that Tim Drake was talking to is the real Superboy. We now know that there's, what's going on. I think that's really cool. You also get to see, I think it's in this issue, what's his freaking name? Bloodsport take off his helmet, put the bandana back on. Really cool. Leads directly into this issue. This is an easy 8.5 out of 10. Okay. And we got the introduction of... Oh, we also get a bunch of... I forget his name. The guy that used to be the leader of Suicide Squad that escaped. We get some background on what's going on with him. We get Ambush Bug. Really cool, funny issue. Builds the story, what's going on. They're going to hell. This is going to tie in to the Shazam miniseries. Very excited to see what happens with that. This issue is really good, great artwork, and I'm going to give it a 8 out of 10. Okay, now we move on to the last issue of Infinite Frontier, the miniseries. The 6 out of 6, plus issue 0 that they don't count. So it's the whole Infinite Frontier tagline that we've been going through. All these books are part of the Infinite Frontier. They started with issue 0, and then we got the miniseries 1 through 6, and now it's going into Justice Incarnate. They explain what's going on with the Omniverse, Omegaverse. The Earth Omega is a pocket dimension inside like this dead being. You get so many stories at the end. What's going on with Barry Allen? What's going to be teased with what's going on with him. Roy Harper is alive but doesn't have the power ring anymore. He's not the Omega Lantern. You have this Darkseid, which all the different versions of Darkseid throughout the multiverses converged into one being. I think that was really cool. President Superman was really cool. Thomas Wayne yelling out the children of his names. That was awesome. I thought that was all really, really, really cool. Really enjoyed this book. Really enjoyed this series. I thought this was a great finisher for that. Explains that all the events of Checkmate, of the Checkmate book, are happening in another universe, right? Thank God. I was so confused. It's in the multiverse. It's in another dimension. It's another Earth. It's not the Earth that we're seeing all these other storylines on, because it wasn't. Yeah, John Constantine's cool. You definitely should check out Tom Taylor's run on John Constantine. That's probably my favorite writer. So everything he does is great. But this establishes where Checkmate is falling in line. It establishes, what's going on with all the other stuff. it really wrapped it up. I didn't think anything was going to happen, and thank God they did this correctly. Psycho Pirate ran away. Really cool. Lots of references to past crisis events and stuff. Really cool book. This is, again, an 8 out of 10. Like, there was a lot of hits this week. We have issue 2 of Blue and Gold by Dan Jurgens. I got that right? Yes. Awesome book, dude. The references, the Todd McFarlane reference, the streaming stuff that's going on in this book. This book is so much fun. It is easily my favorite book to enjoy, right? Action, funny, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of plot development, a lot of character development, lots of cool stuff. Basically, Ted Kord, is very like conservative and doesn't want to screw anything up and wants to take being a hero seriously, but doesn't want to devote his whole life to it. Basically ends up losing his company because of this stuff, which is crazy. And we're gonna have to deal with Booster Gold going on TV and ranting a bunch of stuff. We'll see what happens out of this, but very excited. This is a 8.5 out of 10. Batman, Catwoman, Batcat, Tom King. Oh, it doesn't say the names. Yes, there we go. Tom King, DC Black Label, Jim Lee variant cover. Awesome. This is the best issue yet. This is issue 7 out of 12 plus a Christmas issue. I love it. This is my favorite issue yet. You get to see a grown-up Dick Grayson who arrests Catwoman out of the mansion. Lots of references to him as Robin. The daughter talking to a statue of her dad. Really, really cool. Phantasm turning on Catwoman. Catwoman sleeping with Batman and him waking up basically naked in the middle of the Gotham bank in like a vault, and having to fight his way, cut himself, cover himself in blood, cause a giant panic, taking out all these cops, pretending to be one of the cops, getting his shoulder re-put back in after getting it out of the cuffs, and then knocking the guy. Dude, this is... I'm sorry, I don't normally like Tom King. I've enjoyed this series. I don't think I've given it a 9 out of 10 yet. This book was the best one yet. Individually, you could read this individually and never have to read anything else out of the series. This book was awesome. Oh, so you collect like trade paperbacks. With the volumes, okay. Yeah, these are all single issues. I prefer... I don't know what I prefer. I definitely don't like trade paperbacks anymore. I used to love trade paperbacks. I definitely prefer, if I have to collect a collected edition, an absolute or an omnibus are like my go-tos, because it collects 30 plus issues. An absolute gives you like the biggest possible artwork you can for that, usually remastered and stuff. Like I have the absolute for Killing Joke. It gives you recolor and... Oh, you have an okay, omnibus probably. I have the absolute edition of Killing Joke, which has the recolor and the original color and all the covers and the extra artwork and new artwork and all that stuff. So that's my favorite way to collect like small series like that. But big runs, I prefer omnibus. But ongoing stuff, I love collecting single issues. I like reading every week. With that said, issue 1 of Black Manta with the cardstock cover. This was okay. A lot of character development. Something's going on with some rock that affect a bunch of Atlantean characters. I guess it's gonna be referenced in the new Aquaman series with Aqualad taking over as Aquaman. I hope. This is pretty good. I'm gonna give it like a 6.5. Nothing amazing. Maybe drop the series. I think it's only 4 issues, but we'll see. We'll see what's going on with this. We'll maybe get issue 2. I gotta read it. I gotta look at it. And then finally, last issue is Batman 112 with the connecting cardstock cover that will connect to the other 2 covers of the next 2 issues. This Scarecrow, really sick. Fear State is in full effect. We're starting. Batman begging for help, gets out, gets to the clock tower, gets ring up what's going on. We got Peacekeeper X is now in play. Really cool story development happening here. I'm very excited. This is like a 7.5, 8. Very excited for Fear State. I am convinced that we have already superseded and passed the things that would have led to the Future State run. I think we're already in a whole other direction. That so many things in this book and in the Alpha have already showed me that we're in a completely different direction, parallel, but in a different direction. I graded that already. Yeah, this was my polls for the week. Crazy. Thank you guys so much. Please, I'll be back in like a couple minutes on Twitch with my after show. But please subscribe and follow here on Twitch. Subscribe, like, and comment on YouTube at The Vinyl Casket. And hit me up on Instagram at Vinyl Casket and Vinyl Casket Comics. Remember, this is The Vinyl Casket, home of the lamest taste. Stay lame.